Okay. So we are recording now. This is Alia Jamal, the love coach, coming here live for a conversation that I got into yesterday with a friend. And I thought, especially at this time of the year, especially being right at the cusp of another year starting, maybe so many other people can use this conversation. And it's all about inner peace. So once you step into adult life and once you've been bettered a little bit by life, and we start having this question, how can I find inner peace? Like, how can I get to that place? There's always something going on outside of me. There's always another problem waiting for me to be solved. There could be relationship troubles. There could be financial troubles. There could be health troubles. How do I find this thing called inner peace? So what end up happening? We start pretending. We start pretending, oh, I'm so at peace with everything. I am so in peace with the situation. I am so grateful. We lie to ourselves most of the time because becoming true to ourselves is so much harder. Because if you have the courage, if you some have the courage to be truthful to you, you'll have to actually dissolve those lies. You'll have to take some action and do something. And maybe you feel like you don't have in your power to take those actions. And the reason I can speak to this thing with so much passion to this topic, I've been there. I've been there where I pretended to be in peace while I wasn't. I lied to myself for the longest time, and a time came where the turmoil within me was so chaotic. I tried to run away by doing. When we are doing, you're maybe traveling all the time, you're maybe cleaning your home all the time, you may be putting so much effort into your work, or maybe you're overworking all the time. I used to pick up all the overtime shifts, whatever was available. That is a telltale sign you're running away. You're not connected with that inner peace within you. And something needs to change. Now, the next part is only for those people who are ready to make that shift. So what I'm going to do in this short conversation, I'm going to show you how it's done. I have a science background. That's how my mind works. That's how I'm always searching for new information, new knowledge. How can I make it happen? Because I can read a book on inner peace. You can read Untethered Soul. You can read Eckhart Tolle, like, Power of Now. And you can be like, oh, okay, good knowledge. I'm feeling really good right now. 2 days pass, your kid is screaming, your kid gets sick, you have trouble at work. You're like, where did inner peace go? That requires transformation, my friend. It requires transformation. You cannot achieve that place of inner peace just by reading a bunch of books, just by getting some knowledge. You will become aware, oh, it exists, it could be yours, then you have to go through a process. So the process to achieve inner peace, it's almost like there is a core within you, energetical core within you, that is your truth. That is your true self. And the day you can actually enter that place and just live from there, it creates detachment from what we see in our world. It connects you to unlimited part of you, to your soul. That's where we want to go. And the process to get there is, as soon as we come into this world, we all came as pure being, and then we came in the world, we came in this body, and then whatever was going on around us, between mom and dad, or between, maybe the part of the world you were born in, there was some level of chaos. So what your physical nervous system has to do now is it has to learn the energetical and behavior pattern so it can survive. So we start playing certain roles. So I became the smart kid. I always did really good in school, always got praise. So that's how I found my place in the family. But in the process, I abandoned my true self. So when I abandon my true self and then I'm trying to please all these people, it kind of creates an energetical knot within you. So every time you're trying to please someone by being something that you truly are not, you feel this sense of unease within you. It's like almost like every time I'll get a good grade, everyone is happy. They're like, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm trying to be happy, but I am not. I'm emotionally disturbed and I couldn't figure out why. So it becomes an emotional trigger. So our own achievements sometimes become emotional triggers, and you're just sitting there, maybe a glass of wine in your hand, right at the end of the most magnificent year, and you're just like, why I am not feeling that? Why I'm not feeling the joy and happiness of achieving these things? Because you're not in inner peace. You come to inner peace by connecting with the true self within you. And so many people talk about, oh, I like to be true to myself, and that's my truth, that is this, blah, 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 blah. And they are living a very visible false self. So in today's day and age, sometimes we get so hung up in the language, just using the word truth or my truth, or this is true for me, versus true self. True, authentic self is the soul that decided to come in this body. And let me tell you, my friends, if you start your journey today, you'll be spending rest of your life to fully connecting or embodying that true self. So don't tell me that you read one book and now you know your truth and you're embodying it. Again, that's how we lie to ourselves. Do not lie to yourself anymore. And that's how you find inner peace. But there's another piece to it. So if you're in a place right now and you're like, okay, Alia, I'm ready to do this work, start paying attention to what triggers you. When I say what triggers you, that means what give me a second, guys. Anything that triggers you emotionally, whether it makes you happy, makes you sad, it makes you angry, makes you full of tears, it makes you anxious, just write it down. Write down every single thing and don't stop till you have like at least 100 maybe. So take a week, take rest of this year to write it down. Those are all the triggers that come from your false self. And then you will resolve each and every one of them. As you resolve each and every one of those triggers, it's like you're undoing the knot and you're coming to your true self. Undoing the knot, coming to your true self. Once you're done resolving all those triggers, you are going to come a little bit closer to your true self. And then you're going to kind of plug into that inner peace. The same thing will happen. The same ex-husband would do same kind of stuff. The same co-worker would say same kind of weird things to you. It will not bother you anymore because the place where you're anchored within you is inner peace. It's almost like a lake that has no ripples on it. It's a body of water that has zero ripples on it. That is the feeling of inner peace. But we get there when we truly resolve the things that bother us, that shake up our boat, that shake up that lake, that throw rocks in that lake and create all the chaos. So if you really want to achieve that inner peace and you want to come to a place where you're not running away from yourself anymore, and you really want to feel at home, this is how you do it. And if you're ready to go on that journey, if you want your life from this moment on to be full of peace and joy, reach out to me. If you're just watching this random video showed up somewhere, just Google Alia the Love Coach. Reach out to me. This is what my expertise is. I help individuals connect with their true self, fall in love with that self unconditionally. And in the process, we resolve the issues of the false self. And once you do this work, you'll be like, okay, Alia, why do I want inner peace beside the fact that I might get off anxiety and depression medication? I might not have to fall into all the other addictive patterns that I am in. And there's so many ways we satisfy that addiction within us when we are away from our true self. It could be excessive traveling, excessive shopping, excessive eating, excessive alcohol, smoking. It could be excessive weed. A lot of kids right now, a lot of kids in their 20s, I call them kids, people in their 20s, they have started to depend on weed. I mean, it's legal, it's available. They're just like, let me depend on it. And that's how I'm going to find that calm and inner peace so I can do something. Hey, you're a human. You're one of the most powerful creation created. You don't need any of that, but you have to discover who you really are as that unlimited power. If you don't find that, yes, you'll be 60 and you'll be still taking sleeping pills to go to sleep because you won't be able to sleep anyway, like in a normal way, or you might be running on coffee. I take you beyond all that. I let you see who you are as your real true self. And my friend, that is a joyful place to be. The more I am coming there myself, the more beautiful life is getting. But something so magical that happens once you actually arrive to that place is you get to live your life purpose. You don't have a fear of other people rejecting you. You can stand tall alone all by yourself and not worried about your family abandoning you, your friends abandoning you, your community abandoning you. Do you have any idea how free that feels? How exciting every single moment becomes? That's how I get to live. And that is what I want for each and every one of us. And I know not every one of us is ready. Not every one of us is meant to live to that level. But if you do, make sure you reach out to me. Make sure you don't spend another year in 2023 just sitting there crying to yourself to sleep, thinking, oh my God, my problems are so big. Nobody has a solution. I thought that at one point. I thought that too. Don't live in that place of helplessness, hopelessness. There is a way out of that. And that is the way of achieving inner peace within you, activating it. So I hope this message gets through your heart and you reach out to me. You can DM me. If you're watching this on Facebook, wherever you're watching, reach out to me. Just Google Alia the Love Coach. You'll find me. And I'm sending you a heartfelt, wishes and blessings and love for a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful year in 2023. And I really hope that you get the help, you get the support that is going to bring you closer to your true self. Real true self, not the fake truth that we talk about all the time. I'm sending you all lots of love. Bye.